Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, dear friends, distinguished guests, my name is Vojko Potokan, and I'm working on Faculty of Economic and Business, University of Maribor, Slovenia, and today I wish to discuss with you about the issue of sustainable management of organization from Industry 4.0 to Industry 7.0. The presentation includes the following parts: the selected problem, technological development. I wish to present to you some open issues about the understanding of technological development, sustainable organizational development, how can we achieve the goal of sustainable development in organizations through technological support, or let's say technological development. And finally, I present some suggestions about how to improve sustainable management of organization and advanced technological environment. And of course, I finished the conclusions of my presentation. When we discuss about the selected issues, we are faced with at least two questions. How can management more holistically understand and treat the sustainable development of organization in the content of modern technological development? So we speak about the general question and more specific question. How can management use the newest technological visions from Industry 5.0 to Industry 7.0 to achieve sustainable organizational goals? Let's start with the reasons for our article. So we are faced with the headlines about questionable technological development, or how can technological development in modern technologies affect on the social and sustainable development of organization and society in general. But when we speak about the theoretical background, technology is traditionally considered separately from, let's say, social issues, and of course also the sustainable issues. And that situation leads to the treatment of technology as an external factors or conditions for the sustainable development of organization. And especially when we speak about the newest technological visions, like we speak about the industries from 4.0 to 8.0, exposes the importance of technology itself for interdisciplinary consideration of the phenomena of organizational corporate social responsibility. But let's start with the technological development. It is the very fashionable theme in the modern literature and the popular media. So we all speak about the four industrial revolutions. Here is presented development of industrial revolution. So we speak about the first, second, third, and fourth. And the fourth industrial revolution is a revolution based on cyber-physical systems, what is not totally true, because if we go deeper, we see that we are in fourth industrial revolutions, or with fourth industrial revolution, we create an information society based on digitalization and everything else, what we usually discuss about that. And with definition of fourth industrial revolution, we open the questions, what is next? We have two approaches in literature. One is that we say that we are in the fourth industrial revolutions, information society, and now we develop fourth industrial revolutions into the fifth industrial revolutions with new industrial visions like Industry 5.0, 6.0, 7.0 and beyond. But some authors also say that, for example, Industry 6 is new industrial revolution itself. The problem is how we define differences between the fourth industrial revolution, like a state of something, and differences between the fourth and fifth. If we presume that the fifth industrial revolution exists, or let's say that the fifth industrial revolution is a goal which we wish to achieve in the future. Especially when we speak about the more comprehensive ideas about the future development of society. So now we are in the area when we try to understand how more holistically create the future development of organization. And when we speak about the holistic view, not only technological view, but let's just say a combination of technological, sociological, economic, and other viewpoints for the future, we have at least two basic starting points, and one is idea of Society 5 from a colleague from Japan. So we speak about the Japan Business Federation published vision of Society 5 that incorporates new technologies and all industries and several social activities in solving of problems related to the economic development and social issue in the present society. So the idea of Society 5.0 includes also the technological viewpoint, but not with the name Industry 4.0 or Industry 5.0, but with the name Smart Technology. And in the Europe, we have similar but less comprehensive development vision of society by concept Industry 5.0 and Industry 6.0. But generally speaking, I don't know why the idea of Society 5.0 is more holistic and more, let's say, broadly explained the future development in connection with the social questions in society. So, what is the basic idea of future development? So we speak about the transition from information society to integrated cyberspace. Society tries to achieve a higher degree of convergence between the cyberspace and physical space, and the people, things, and systems are all connected in the cyberspace, and optimal results obtained by artificial intelligence exceeding the capabilities of humans are fed back to the physical space. We can discuss about that, but generally speaking, we are still on the left side of this picture. More deeper integration of cyber and physical space was achieved with the, let's say, new model of artificial intelligence and so on and so on. But generally speaking, we are still on the phase when we discuss about the differences between the cyberspace, or when we speak about the situation that we are not fully integrate cyberspace with the physical space. Here is the idea of Society 5.0 and how can we use technological development for the solving of social issue. If we have different technological visions which are not oriented on the solving of social problems but on the technological development itself, then we must discuss about that. How can we let's say, how can we create appropriate technologies or appropriate technological development that we can achieve the goals of sustainable development. And here is the presentation of, let's say, the creation of sustainable technology for achievement of goals of corporate social responsibility. So traditional technological development is only, let's say, only oriented on technological achievement. And when we have a technological achievement, we say, okay, what are the consequences of this achievement, for example. Modern technological driven social, let's say, association, society development is, let's say, take into account also other issues, not only the technological issues. For example, why we humanize robots? Because we try that the people accept the robots or perceive the robots like a human, and with that we eliminate let's just say the confrontation between the humans and the robots. What is the problem here? That we didn't define what is sustainable technology or sustainable technological development. Here is the problem. Because each technology we must consider and evaluate from different, let's say, from different viewpoint. But let's go deeper with that. So we have the different industrial visions: Industry 4.0, Industry 5.0. So Industry 4.0 is synonym for fourth industrial revolution. Industry 5 is something what we create in the Europe. Especially we speak about the documents of the European Union, and in the most of the Western countries we speak about the Industry 5.0. But then we also have other technological visions like Industry 6.0. So we speak about again of the development concept of European Union. Industry 7, which is more or less future theoretical, let's just say, theoretical concept. It is very interesting because we speak about the natural, organic, artificial intelligence systems. We speak about the natural artificial networks, megacomputers, complex, intelligent, auto-sustainable software system, and practical applications. And some authors also speak about the Industry 8, like a possible future concept. What is the catch? The catch is how to develop and how to define differences between sustainable technological development and, let's just say, non-sustainable or sustainable technology or non-sustainable technology. And we can create different approach, and at least we have approach on the micro level of society. So we speak about the business level or the organizational level, and we have another approach which we have on the level of national economy, or let's just say economy of European Union, whatever, micro and macro approach, and we are in our society, or not, let's just say in the most society, we speak about or we try to understand this approach on the level of organization, but not in the level national economy or the macroeconomic level. And we also have some open ethical questions related with that. First of all, we haven't any general definition of what is sustainable technology. Because if we say that we try to select or implement of sustainable technology in an organization, we must at least define sustainability of the technology itself. So, is sustainability if technology is sustainable enough or not? The implementation of technology. So, we can use the sustainable technology, but we can implement it on unsustainable way, or the environmental or external conditions necessary for the operation of technology. For example, electric car. So the technology itself is not so sustainable. The product is sustainable. The use of materials for the creation of battery of electrical car is not sustainable. And the use of electricity for the electric car is sustainable or not, because we have different sources for the creation of the electricity which we use for the electric car. And then the problem is how to understand the sustainability of individual technology when considered from the perspectives of entire supply and implementation chain. For example, technology can be used to produce produce products that significantly reduce environment pollution. However, obtaining the raw materials for these products can be a major source of environment pollution. And at the same time, using these products requires energy, which can be obtained from different resources. It is the same case with the coffee, the growing of the coffee, for example. Coffee itself can be sustainable. Let's say you can go to the coffee shop and you can buy the green-friendly growing coffee, or let's just say sustainable obtaining coffee. But generally speaking, with the growing of the coffee or the cacao behind that, we are polluted the environment, because we can create the plantage for the growing of coffee, and coffee needs so many water resources for that. So we speak about. I always go through the supply chain, and we can say that we have something what is sustainable in the center. Maybe it is not sustainable on the input side, or it is not sustainable on the output side, but never mind. And finally, the questions of ethical questions, or at least philosophical questions. So we can say that we have sustainable technology, more or less. Generally speaking, it is not possible that we say that we have totally sustainable and totally unsustainable technology. And then we have some questions with this implementation. Because if developed Western countries have achieved their level of development on the basis of the use of dirty technologies, let's say dirty, or let's say unfashioned, or enough sustainable technologies, the question is whether they can demand from the less developed countries or countries that use unsustainable technologies to a greater extent to abandon the use of these technologies in their development. We discussed about that 20 years, so it's no problem about it is not problem about that we didn't discuss. But the problem is if we wish that the other countries can use more sustainable practice, which is very expensive, generally speaking, which is expensive and needs some investment, we can give them the funds to support sustainable development, and at least, but not only on the level of national economies, but on the level of the companies, because most of the companies still profit oriented. Profit is in modern economic system, profit is something what you need for the surviving in long period of time, economic profit. And for that reasons, it is not possible that will organization change economic goals with the sustainable goals itself. So we need to found organization if we wish. We need to found the organization, and we need to support with the amount of money which can, let's just say, substitute to possible profit of working organization with, let's just say, unsustainable technologies. And of course, some conclusions: we need further development of new technologies, at least sustainable technologies, and social activities in innovating solving of the problems related to the economic development and social issue in the present society. And with that, I finish my presentation and I show you where we are. So this is the text from the book of our colleague Green from 1997, which express or present the current situation. Theory is where you know everything and nothing works. Practice is where everything works but nobody knows why. And we combine theory with practice, nothing works and nobody knows why. And with that, I finish my presentation and I thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.